Hi everyone, I'm Sokhwa. Welcome back to my video. And today I'll be sharing about table topics made easy. This video or a short workshop will be very beneficial if you are just a new member in Toastmasters, or if you would just like to improve your impromptu speaking skills in your personal or career life. Right? And of course, also for experienced Toastmasters members who would like to contest during this contest season. I'm from District 102, Malaysia, and currently, now it's about early of March, we are having a lot of contests right from the club level up to the district level in end of April. So today, I would like to share with you how you can really tackle table topics easily. First of all, let me share with you with this quote. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not the absence of fear, by Mark Twain. Table topics is very scary for many of us, including experienced speaker, because we do not know what is the topic that will be given, and we do not know whether we will perform to what we have expected, or we are afraid of making mistakes. So there are a lot of fear, and that's why many of us do not dare to try table topics in a club meeting. So that is why I would like to encourage you to really find that courage within yourself to tackle table topics, okay? So doesn't mean that if you are courageous enough to try table topics, you do not have fear. No, it's not. You still have that fear, just that your courage larger than the fear. All right, today we will cover these contents. First, I will share with you why is it important to identify the reason of you practicing table topics, and what are the normal concerns that people may have, basic impromptu speaking techniques, strategies that you can tackle table topics when you get a topic, 4 steps to deliver a successful table topics. And of course, for those who want to contest, you can check out these keys that I've compiled from my previous workshops. Invest in yourself in order for you to elevate your speech quality. And of course, there will be some bonus at the end of this session. First, why do you want to improve your impromptu speaking skills? Why? Take a moment to ask yourself, is it really important for you? To me personally, I think it's a life skill. No matter you are facing your spouse, your children, or even your boss, how do you want to answer them when they give you a question? Or especially a very tough question that caught you off guard. So this is where you need to act calm and confident before you even start to answer or have some thoughts in your mind. All right. So why table topics? First is to improve your self-confidence. When you put yourself a lot in this kind of uncertainty, fear, or even unknown situations, naturally, you will get a hang of it. So as time goes by, when you speak in front of an unfamiliar crowd or meeting different people with different questions, you are likelihood to improve your self-confidence. Not likelihood, I would say it's definitely. Improve your impromptu speaking skills. The way you speak will be more concise as time goes by. You may not stutter, and you can get your message across in a quicker way when you have these skills. Enhance critical and organize your thinking skills, so you won't take a long time to come up with the answer that you want. Yeah, and you don't regret saying that. So this is very important for you to think fast. Improve your professional presence, especially if you are a salesperson or you are dealing a lot with the top management of a company or government bodies. So this is very important to maintain professional so that you can persuade and negotiate better terms. Make you a better conversationalist, no matter in what aspects of your life. So this is very important in order for you to establish good relationships, have long-term benefits. This is really the benefit. It can't be seen and measured. So yeah, there are a lot of benefits if you're able to master these impromptu speaking skills. What are the common concerns where it can impede people to try out table topics? First, of course, like what I say, because you are fearful of that unknown or unfamiliar topic, and you are afraid of making mistakes or appear foolish in front of a crowd. Not confident, yeah, because you think that, oh, I do not have knowledge about this, I do not have a very good speaking skills, so you appear to be not confident. Poor grasp of the language. This is especially for people where they are not speaking English as their mother tongue, including myself. I do not think I have 100% great, excellent English usage, but I think the more we use it, the more we get confident of it, and we will be able to use it more proficiently. Yeah, okay, and get our message across. So don't worry if you are not really good in speaking English, because when you make mistakes, you will find ways to improve yourself. Now, next one, I would like to share some basic impromptu speaking skills if you are a beginner and you just like to try table topics in your next club meeting. So what can you remember before you go on stage? First, remember, tell yourself that you are a great speaker. Yeah, the mental talk to yourself is very important. If you are positive, you tell yourself you can do it, definitely you can do it. So the mental preparation is very important. Pause and breathe. Yeah, when you get that topic, oh, even though you don't understand about it, don't worry. Just pause and breathe. Feel that moment that you are on stage. You are in control. Everyone is looking at you. Wow, that's great feeling, right? Don't worry so much first. All right. Then after that, what you need to do is try your best to share what's on your mind. The next thing is, of course, when you have some thoughts in your mind or stories that you want to share, try to share with clarity. Speak with clarity. Don't mumble your words. Don't swallow your words. Try your best to enunciate them. And of course, don't beat around the bush if possible. Elaborate your points. The simplest way is to share your story. There's no right or wrong, and people may not even know if you're telling a fake story, fictional story. And simple language, of course, is very important to really connect with all different kinds of audience. Conclusion. What is the real message that you want the audience to take home? If you do not really have a lesson or a message or very profound quote for them to take home, just throw them a question. What is it that they want to improve? Or maybe you want to share, oh, what you learned from that experience. Yeah, so that can be your conclusion, because most of the time people will just remember the last few sentences or the last sentence that you say. The previous one, they may not remember. And the third one, connection. Try your best to connect with the audience. How you can do so? Honestly speaking, you don't really need to put too much effort on this. Just be yourself, sharing your story and be genuine with the audience. I believe you will be able to touch the audience's heart. Another way of engaging is perhaps to throw one question, either in the beginning of your speech or when you are sharing your points, when you think it's a good time to ask the questions to get their opinion. You can do so by asking about one question in your table topic speech to engage with them, include them. The next one is sharing some strategies that I have concluded from my past table topics workshop that I have attended throughout my years in Toastmasters. There are many strategies. It really depends on the topic that you get or what kind of style of speech that you want to convey in that session. So for example, here, I have two kinds of topic. One is like more like an opinion kind of topic, men should be the cook at home. And another one is a more difficult topic, I would say. Metamorphosis is the most profound of all acts. Okay, so here there are some examples of strategies. Let me explain one by one. First is, I will start from the opinion. Opinion, yeah, as simple as it is, just share your opinion. You say, in my opinion, I think men should be the cook at home. For the past centuries and decades, women has always been the cook. But why should women continue to be the cook? Because nowadays women are having a career and men they can also play a part in providing the food on the table. So you can share your opinion, and from there, based on your opinion, you can slowly switch to another technique called the storytelling. Storytelling, there's no right or wrong, like I said. Sharing your story is so easy because it's your own experience. And it will be so interesting if you are sharing from your heart, because you will naturally show that emotions on your face and with your hand gestures and body language, everyone will be hooked up to your story. Yeah, if you are a natural storyteller. And another way of sharing is cause and effect. Cause and effect is like you can share why and what will happen if you don't do it, or if you do it. This kind of topic is maybe more factual kind of topic. And for example, like climate change related topic, if we don't protect the earth right now, if we don't take sustainable efforts, our future generations may not even know how a tree look like, or they may not even feel what is a fresh air like. So these are some of the cause and effect way that you can do by really labeling your points, like first, second, and maybe a third one if you have time, using this technique. Pros and cons is as straightforward as that. You can mention the pros of a certain topic. For example, what is the pros of men being the cook at home, or what are the cons? I would suggest if you are a beginner, try just to focus on one, either the pros or either the cons, because sometimes you may spend too much time elaborating on the pros and you may lose time on the cons, and that may make you uncertain at the end of the day which side are you taking, pros or the cons, or you just want the audience to decide. So standpoint is very important for all the table topic speakers. Storytelling, like I mentioned just now, it's the easiest way for you to start off when you are a beginner. And the next one, chronological. This is also something like a storytelling technique, just that to make things easier, it's you're sharing a past experience, or right now, your present, what you are facing now, or maybe future, something that has not happened. Okay, so in the past, using the topic one example again, in the past, women are the cook at home. And right now, there are more men who provide food on the table. And in future, who knows, men will be the cook at home, and you can share your own point. So this is how you want to elaborate a point. It really depends on how you do it. It depends on your creativity. Digression means to be out of the topic, or you straight away turn the topic on the other way around. I would say this is a very creative technique, and you need to do it very skillfully. And those speakers who always use this digression topic, there are two kinds. One is they are really skillful and creative in diverting the audience attention from their old mindset about the topic. So it can create a kind of humor effect if they know how to use their words properly based on the topic given. And the second type of speaker who use this technique is because they don't understand about the topic at all. So they are just simply sharing things that they think they know about the topic, or maybe they heard the topic wrongly, they share something else. So that is some sort of like digression, but at least the speaker is trying to say something rather than keeping silent because of they are uncertain about the topic. So yeah, which kind of speaker you want to be is really up to you, digression. But I would say if you're using this technique, don't forget to mention or go back to the original topic given at the end of your speech, just to let the judges or the table topics evaluator know that, oh, you still remember the topic. It's just that you are not babbling your way throughout. Okay. Current issues, you can share your experience based on the current issues so that it can relate to many people. Okay, it's a very easy way to use as well, because as long as you are staying up to date with the current issues in social media or any other websites, it's very easy to relate this to the topic given. And I would say in regular Toastmasters meeting, the theme given is also very related to the current issue. So it's not too difficult to relate to the current issues. Okay. And the next one, factual. Yeah, this one is not so common, because when we are saying factual kind of topics, you need to be someone who is very knowledgeable, where you can really share them based on facts and figures from valid sources. If you are not sure about the sources, I would say don't quote them or don't even mention that, because that will create doubts in your audience's mind, and they may not be persuaded through your message at the end of the day. So just be mindful of what kind of facts you are sharing and quote them if you know where the source is. Break topic is, I would say this technique is also when you do not know about the topic, like the topic 2, metamorphosis. How many of you know about this? What is the meaning? Okay, based on Google, the meaning is change of a physical form or structure or a substance. So if you are not sure about what is metamorphosis, it's okay. You can use another keyword in this topic, which is profound, or maybe action. So you can just talk about this. Maybe you want to talk about profound actions that you have seen in your life. Or if you don't really understand what is profound means, you can just talk about actions, X. Yeah, so just choose some keyword if you don't understand the entire quote, because sometimes the topics given is very long. And yeah, just try your best to speak. Okay. And I would say for table topics, just treat it like a normal speech, a 5 to 7 minute speech, where you have an opening, you have a content of your speech, elaboration, as well as a conclusion, because it's a mini speech as well. In 2 minutes, how you can do that, I would say definitely you can. 2 minutes is not too long and not too short. You are able to have a simple opening within 10 to 20 seconds. You have sharing your story with all these strategies and facts. And at the end, just to conclude within 30 seconds about what is the message that you want people to learn from your speech. What is it that you want them to bring home? What you want them to do? So share this in your conclusion. All right, don't just say thank you as a conclusion. Okay, so next one, these 4 steps. If you forget whatever I shared earlier, don't worry. Remember these 4 steps, because I personally think it's very important for you to go on stage. It's like a quick card for you to go. First, think calmly. Tell yourself, I can do it, I can do it, before you go on stage, okay? Think calmly when you get the topic, because when your mind is all over the place, you are unable to think properly, it's very hard for you to organize your thoughts and share. And maybe you even stutter, or your voice tremble, and you start doing funny things. You may not want them to happen. Yeah. So think calmly, take a deep breath and speak. Organize your points clearly in your mind. Don't speak first. You can take about 5 to 10 seconds to think and organize your thoughts silently in your mind, because if you utter your first word, the time will start ticking. So just think in your mind silently, organize your thoughts. Deliver masterfully. Of course, this is the ideal part that we want to achieve. Masterfully. How you want to be a master, you need to do it very frequently and consistently, and of course with right techniques. So how you can do this is with practice. There is no shortcut. It is hard work. You need to do a lot of back-end work, and you need to go on stage very often in order to have these master skills. So try your best to practice your delivery as natural as you can and as confident as you can about the topic. Last but not least is to time perfectly. Especially in a contest, timing matters. If you go beyond that allocated time, no matter how good you are, you won't be able to get a placing in a contest. So respect the time given, 2.5 minutes maximum, and deliver your speech. Allocate 10 to 20 seconds for your opening, and last 30 seconds maximum for your closing, and you will do fine. All right, next, keys to winning table topics speech. I use the acronym M.I.C.E, M-I-C-E. First, let me just share with you some extract from the speech contest rulebook as at 2020-2021. So after July 2021, it will be revised, but I would say over the years, it has been remained the same. Okay, so let me just share with you. Table topics contest must be from 1 minute to 2 minutes. If you speak less than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes 30 seconds, you'll be disqualified. Game over. And like what I said just now, the timing will begin with your first definite verbal or non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is very obvious, where you do something different from your normal stance, okay? And for table topics contest, you will have the 3 signal, the color light. You can just take note on this. And for the next page, this is on the table topics contest in particular, where all the contestants will receive the same topic. So only the first contestant will remain in the contest room, while the other will remain in a quarantine room or in the online contest setting. It is called the Zoom breakout room. Yeah, so you will take turns to come back to the main room. The topic will be selected by the contest chair. So usually it's a very general topic where everyone can talk about. So I would say there's no easy or difficult topic. It just depends on how good is the contestant is, all right? Okay, judging criteria for your reference. Judging criteria, many contestants thought is not important, but I would say it's very important. This is not for judges, but it's for contestants' benefit. You need to know how you are being judged before you can perform to the judge expectation. Okay, so this is purely for Toastmasters purposes. And I would say each of these criteria makes sense. Okay, for example, content. Yeah, table topics. In that short period of time, does your content make sense? Does it have a good speech development? How is your organization? How smooth are you in delivering your points? Whether it's logical and how your audience responds. So this consists of most of the marks, 55 marks in your speech. And the next one is delivery, 30 marks. How you speak, your body language, your facial expression, does it jive with your message? How well you use the speaking area and your voice. Is it really monotonous throughout the speech? Or you have some flexibility in your storytelling, for example. Language, that's why I say just now, even though you have a poor grasp of language, that does not mean that you are unable to win a contest. Because in terms of grammar or pronunciation, it only consists of 5 marks. As long as your story is able to touch people's heart, your audience like it very much based on your response, you are able to stand out among the rest. So yeah, pay attention on this. Practice and practice. I will share with you some tips later on. First M for the M.I.C.E, meaningful. If you want to be different from other contestants, make sure your speech, your table topic speech is meaningful. What does it mean by meaningful? You are able to touch the audience's heart by enabling them to understand why they want to listen to you, or maybe you can share with them why you really think this topic is meaningful to you. Okay, so this message that you provide to the audience based on your personal story or your experience, it's best to be a message that is universal of value. For example, love has no boundaries. Or example, listen to your inner voice. Many messages in the world, they are universal and it's applicable to all kinds of audience. You can spend more time reading inspirational or motivational self-help books to get inspired on this so that you can be motivating in your speech as well. And they really, the way you say it, it needs to be audience focused so that the audience feel like, wow, you are talking to them personally. Use a lot of you instead of we or I, all right, in your speech. So after they listen to your speech, the audience will say, I learned something from this speech today. What is it? Yeah, it's very meaningful and memorable. Okay. Second is I for impactful. Wow, not only meaningful, but impactful in that it really hits the audience heart. What does it mean? Okay, how do you want to be impactful is, of course, you need to speak clearly throughout your speech, where pay attention to your enunciation. As English is not our mother tongue, sometimes we tend to mumble our words, or certain way of pronunciation may not be right. So I would encourage, if possible, try to enunciate and pronounce words as clearly as possible, or use words that is powerful, simple words. Use a convincing and affirmative tone, especially if you are really motivating the audience to do something. Call to action, make sure it's convincing and affirmative. And this is very important. Like the voice that I'm using right now is the middle voice. It's a bit of convincing and affirmative, rather than if you are using a high-pitched kind of voice, it may not sound so convincing. Yeah, because many ladies or many women out there, they naturally speak in a very high-pitched tone, and that is not so persuasive in a psychological way of leadership or commanding. So we try to use that male-like voice. So try your best to use the middle voice when you want to call to action. Use quotes, of course, if you have in your mind. You can try to memorize some of the very universal or general quotes that really inspired you, or if you want to share your life motto, you can make it your own quote. Yes, have it so that you can use in whatever speech. And that will make people at awe. Wow, such an inspirational quote. Call to action, like I said just now, and after they listen to your speech, the audience will want to change and be like you. All right. C stands for creative. I notice many of the times the champion of the table topics contest, they are very creative speakers. They like to speak off the topic and they like to turn the other way. Example, if you would say music, if the topic, for example, is music can heal our soul. Most of the time, because many people, they love music, they may agree with the topic. But what if this particular speaker, they switch it around and say that, are you sure music can heal our soul? Sometimes the rock music can also make us feel flustered and make us go crazy and out of our mind. Have you been to the pub for those disco kind of music? Do you think it's really healing our soul or making our soul feel more empty? I'm not a very good table topic speaker, so I can't really give you a solid example. But what I would like to share here is that you can go wild and creative. Try different ways of approaching table topics. If you know people, most of the people will go to the left path, speak using the other path, going to the right path. Okay? Be creative with your ideas, test it out with different kind of audience. And I think when you're able to twist it, your judges will love you. Okay? Be different, have a sense of curiosity and openness. Don't just share based on your past experience. You can go wild and just say something that people have not said before. Okay? And at the end of your speech, people might say, oh, I like this idea. Last but not least, emotional. Wow. In a short span of time, 2 minutes, how many of you think you can touch the audience's heart? Not many people can do it, especially if you are not the kind of person who are willing to share your weakness or maybe your personal story. This kind of emotions is very effective, especially, is a very sad story. Yeah, a very sad or very terrible kind of disaster story, horror story. Many people like this kind of story. It's not so much of that happy excitement story, but if your story is a very emotional, sad kind of story, it likelihood it can touch more people. Yeah. Tell your story, be personal, either make them smile or make them cry. There's no middle, I would say. If you want to be very effective in being emotional to your audience, choose one, either very excited or you want them to cry with you. Okay, either one. Then you'll be very effective if you can touch the end of the spectrum. Okay, maintain eye contact appropriately with your body language and facial expression in order to create that kind of suspense or emotion. Insert humor if you are the one who want to make them smile. Okay, and at the end of your speech, audience will say, "Oh, I feel you. I'm so touched by what you have said." Okay, we are almost to the end of this mini workshop. So last but not least, some of the tips that I can share with you based on my personal experience is that in order to be an effective or successful table topics speaker, or a speaker that can be inspirational for many other people, first is you need to invest in yourself. What does it mean? There are many ways. It's a whole package, I would say. Doesn't mean that you are good in impromptu speaking only, you won't be good at other areas. No, I would say it's a whole package. First is you need to be a reader. You need to have content. If you do not have content in your mind, your brain, how would you share? Through experience. You need to have your experience, either by traveling, either by reading, or doing different things, exploring various kind of activities, and remember them. If not, it's very hard for you to have stories to share. And of course, how you want to be an effective learner, there are many ways to do it. You can search for the thing that works for you. So continue to develop yourself in whatever ways that you can. Right now, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, learning is actually more accessible than before. Online learning, if you make use of online learning and apply it, I believe we are able to build our knowledge bank. Okay, so find the one way or many ways that works for you. And I believe after learning, when you teach people or sharing the knowledge with people, you learn even more. Okay, just like what I'm doing now, trying to build my knowledge bank as well. Varying experience, of course, when we can't do physical travel, no worries about that. You can watch movie, watch videos. Nowadays, you know, YouTube, there are so many wonderful videos for to watch instead of the entertainment kind of videos. Why not try to view more knowledge or maybe experience kind of video, just to feel, open yourself and open up your perspective. Last but not least, in order for you to be successful in life, I believe we need to be healthy and happy. How would you be able to do that? Enough sleep, exercise, and eat well. The 3 E's. When you are happy, you will be healthy. When you are healthy, you will definitely be happy. So remember, invest in yourself first before you really talk about other people. Okay. Okay, next. Last but not least, let me share with you, this is one of my favorite 5-second rule introduced by Mel Robbins. After reading her book, I'm really inspired because this is how we can really transform our life. Not only in table topics, but I think it's in our life perspective as well. So in terms of table topics, the next time when you want to push yourself to go on stage, you can use this rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you volunteer yourself to be the speaker. Don't think so much. When you use more than 5 seconds, your brain will actually kill your instinct or kill that thought of wanting to speak up. So this is very important. Don't really need to think much. Yes, it's just as simple as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 action. Okay, so first, the moment you have an instinct to act on a goal, to improve yourself as a better speaker, push yourself to move within that 5 seconds. If not, your brain will kill it. So it's a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it. Okay, so I recommend you to read this book, or you can go to her website to have a look at the article. There are more information on why it really works. And for me, it works not only in table topics, also in volunteering myself for a role in the meeting, or in my career, or in my life. As simple as wake up in the morning. Should I hit the snooze button, or should I continue to sleep, or just wake up to do my morning routine? So that is something that we can apply in our life. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, everyone. Other ways to improve your table topics. If you are on your own, you want to practice for your contest, randomly choose a topic and time for yourself to speak on your feet. Record yourself to review your performance. You can use Zoom, record yourself and review the recording, for example, or your phone. Okay, anything that works for you. If you don't want to look yourself in the video, it's okay. Just speak randomly for yourself, time yourself, put an alarm and speak. The idea is to speak, because when you are, before you speak, you definitely need to organize your thoughts. So it's getting used to thinking and expressing your thoughts. Yeah, it's a matter of practice. Conduct small sessions to provide more speaking opportunities. You can do it in your club level. All right, I'll share more about this later. Attend other Toastmasters clubs to join their table topic session. This is really, really possible right now because of the online meeting platform. So just visit, no matter it's in your district or in other countries, go and experience speaking in front of an unfamiliar crowd. Practice journaling, writing out your thoughts, or maybe recording yourself in a video on how you experience for the day, notice your emotions, and share your thoughts. We need to get comfortable in sharing our stories, our thoughts, and from there, you will be able to apply it when you're speaking to a crowd, okay? So this is the small group session that I mentioned just now. I have conducted this in my club level. Okay, so how we do it is that there are people, everyone will take turns to be table topics master, evaluator, as well as a speaker. I know that some districts or Toastmasters Club, they don't have this table topics evaluator role, but basically in table topics evaluator role, what we will do is we will give 1 recommendations and 1 thing that we like about the speaker, the speech. So it's maximum 1 minute to evaluate that 2 minutes speech. Okay, 1 + 1 concept in 1 minute. Okay, so how do we do that? The first session, it would be like a normal table topic. So for example, I'm A right now. I will prepare a topic and give it to the speaker, which is a B person. So at the same time, after I give the topic, I will also be in charge to evaluate that person. Okay, so after the B's have spoke about the topic, now this B will give a topic to C, and the flow goes on, the sequence goes on. So B will then become the table topics master and evaluator. So the arrow just goes down. Everyone will take turns to do that. TTM, TTE, and also TTS role. Okay. So once everyone has a chance to speak in table topic session, then we will go to the evaluation session. Okay. And that is where all the evaluators will be given 1 minute to share their feedback on the speaker. If sometimes the speaker is too good and there is no recommendations, it's fine. It's definitely fine. There's no right or wrong in that. It's just recommendation. So I would recommend about 6 to 10 persons for a 1 hour session, from based on past experience, 6 to 10 maximum for a 1 hour session. And you can even set a particular theme for that session so that it's easier for everyone to come up with a topic. For example, maybe your theme is courage, it's love, or it's music. Depends on you. A general topic where everyone feels good talking about it, and it will inspire the audience listening to the speech as well. Okay. In summary, thank you very much for listening until the end right now. What we have covered is really to identify your why in improving your impromptu speaking skills, because if you do not understand why you are doing that, it's very hard for you to persist through your way when you feel challenged, when you feel down in your way of improving yourself. Secondly is I shared about the being confident, and to share clarity and also connect with your audience in the basic impromptu speaking techniques. M.I.C.E for people who want to contest in the table topics. Remember to make your speech meaningful, impactful, creative, and create that emotional appeal with the audience to stand out among the rest. Be familiar with the contest rules and conduct, especially the timing. Implement the 5-second rule, not only help in your table topics, but also in every aspect of your life. Look for opportunities to speak in any occasion. For me personally, the Toastmaster of the day or of the evening role in a club meeting is the best way to practice impromptu speaking. It's like an MC of an event. So personally, after joining Toastmasters for many years, I think it has groomed me to be a more confident speaker, and it has pushed me to become an MC for various kind of events. Yeah, so look for opportunities to speak in whatever occasion that you have the opportunities to. Check out more tips and techniques on public speaking on the Toastmasters website. That's all for today's sharing. Thank you very much. Feel free to comment below if you have any feedback for me, no matter good or bad. Just share with me, or any other ideas if you would like to learn more about table topics or anything about Toastmasters or public speaking. Do share with me. All right. Never give up, because great things takes time, and keep practicing. You do not need to be perfect, but try to strive for excellence. If you are better than yesterday, definitely that's progress. Okay, an inch a day, it can make it to an inch, right? Thank you very much. Keep in touch. And if you are watching this for the first time, or you have not kept in touch with me, you can personally contact me. Here is my contact and various social media platforms. Find out my name, Sok Hwa, and I'll be glad to help you personally in terms of public speaking or self-confidence. Thank you very much for your time. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you.